kind of his playtesting group. We're going to have to find out which group is going to help them out the most. Will it be Shunping? Will it be Charley? It's game one of the finals of YCS Providence, Rhode Island. And here comes the all-important die roll. Is that an 8 there for Charley? And we didn't get to see Shunping's roll, but it looks like he did win the die roll. If he rolled more than an 8, had to be a strong one, 9 through 12. And Shunping says he is going to start off our finals here. So now do you think, now that you know he's going first, does he have a little bit more of an edge? We're in the standby phase. Does Charley have anything he wants to activate?
I don't necessarily think Fiendsmith Ryzel cares that much about going first. Obviously, it's very helpful, but you have a lot of tools that help you going second, and you are able to close the game out very well if you...
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, Fiendsmith Engraver is just going to be a strong start.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that we can already know if we've been watching any of Shunping's other feature matches. That means he probably doesn't have a copy of Fiendsmith's Tract in his hand because he always goes for that one first. But no Droll and Lockbird. He's going to activate Fiendsmith's Tract to add the Fabled Lurie. Fabled monsters, if they're sent to the graveyard, can special summon back, and that is the case here for Fabled Lurie. Now he has a Light Fiend monster on the field. He'll be able to send that to the graveyard to link summon Fiendsmith's Requiem from the extra deck. It's a link 1, and if he's going to be able to tribute that off to special summon a Fiendsmith's monster from the deck, but not before he's normal summons Ice Ryzel.
I mean, this
could end horribly, right?
This was the ideal opening that you wanted to have, having Engraver as well as Ice Ryzel, the most powerful starting combination for the Fiendsmith Ryzel deck. It looks like Charley is really considering if he wants. I think there is a Molcharmy in his hand, but
he hasn't used it just yet.
Shu played around it because at least if the Ice Ryzel is activated, he could chain to the Fuwalos there, but now he's going to guarantee get the draw there, but it's just Ash anyway.
Shunping has Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring for the Fuwalos again. We saw that in the last top 4 match, and now he's here in the finals doing the same thing. So the Requiem is going to resolve to special summon Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, from the deck to the field.
I had Ice.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ice, yeah.
I'm saying, what did he? You didn't just. Can I see? Can I see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If you say you had a sword, if you say your head, then yeah, you had a sword.
Just wanted to check what he added off the Sword Ryzel. He did add another copy of Ice Ryzel from his deck to his hand. Now the Lacrima of the Crimson Tears on summon is going to send a Fiendsmith monster from the deck to the graveyard.
You're going to send another copy of Fiendsmith Engraver there, loading it up in the grave with plenty of Light Fiends. Now, one Fuwalos down with the Ash Blossom. He can go for the full combo here. It looks like he will be doing so.
Going to link away his 2 monsters. Since 2 monsters to the graveyard to summon the link to Fiendsmith Sequence. Fiendsmith Sequence will let him fusion summon by shuffling back monsters from his graveyard and hand. But it looks like this is prompting Charley to think for a moment. Shunping's going to activate the effect of Sequence to fusion summon.
This is going to be attempting to summon that Fiendsmith Desiree. And if he's going for the combo, I think he's going for it. It's not going to stay on the field very long.
Thank you.
All right, Charley does have a copy of Nibiru, the Primal Being, in hand. Looks like he's contemplating, and an Infinite Permanence. Plenty of disruption here for Charley.
I mean, it definitely doesn't look like a bad hand. We're going to use the Infinite Permanence now, force Shunping to commit more to the field.
All right, that's going to negate the sequence, hopefully keeping Shunping here from summoning Fiendsmith Desiree.
Engraver's going to activate now, putting the Lurie back into the deck. Starts to summon itself out from the graveyard.
Charley, deep in thought, thinking he wants to do anything here in the open game state after the summon of Fiendsmith Engraver.
I imagine you wouldn't. So now we can go into a Link 3, likely into Agnum Day. Agnum Day is able to use its effect to bring back the Lacrima from the graveyard, which threatens 2 level 4 monsters.
Yep, and he's going to... So the Agnum Day turns into an equipped card to special summon back the Lacrima equipped with Agnum Day. Now he's going to overlay the 2 level 4s for Ryzel Duo Drive. Now we'll see if this prompts anything here from Charley. He's going to use the Duo Drive's effect on summon to attach a Ryzel monster material. And
Duo Drive is going to activate on field now. That is going to prompt Nibiru, the Primal Being, to come down from Charlie's hand, but we know there is already an additional Ice Ryzeal in hand, so there's at least one other Ryzeal monster that you can summon.
A timely Nibiru, the Primal Being. This is one of the cards I had my eyes on being a popular choice.
We didn't see it a lot in Swiss, but it's been really a game changer in Top Cut here.
Almost every single match in Top Cut has been involved with Nibiru.
Yeah, just do that.
There is the
25-20.
Okay, just confirming the stats on the Nibiru token. X Ryzeal is going to drop down here. It was almost guaranteed to be in the hand when you search Ice Ryzeal after already normal summoning Ice Ryzeal that turn. Eclipse Twins hits the graveyard. It won't be live, and we send off of empty mouths for the Ice Ryzeal. Now we can still make Detonator. Detonator is going to attach the Eclipse Twins that was sent to the grave off the effect of X Ryzeal.
Still finding a way to get to where he needs to be to have at least some form of interaction during Charlie's turn.
But he has no cards in hand after that, so it's just a question of how can we deal with this Detonator. If there's a good answer to this Detonator, then there is not a whole lot going for Shunping here. I think there is still the Lacrima as well as a Requiem in the grave as well.
Yep, so he'll have access to Fiendsmith in Paradise during Charlie's turn.
So not a lot of potential follow-up in the Ryzeal side of things, but a lot of follow-up from the Fiendsmith side of things.
Okay.
Yeah, Tiki draw phase.
All right, considerations in draw phase here. Are we going to try to use the Lacrima immediately? It doesn't seem like it. Right, allowed to enter the main phase. Charlie will activate Mitsurugi Prayers.
Yes, sir.
Will Shunping go ahead and use the Lacrima? I believe they said they're in the main phase, right?
Yeah, they're in the main phase, and there's no reason to play around Draw and Lockboard when your opponent doesn't have a hand. At least give you the threat of, oh, maybe there's a card of the Triple Tactics variety in your hand here as well. Namely Tactics in this situation if you're going for main phase effect.
All right, the Prayers is going to add the brand new Mitsurugi monster, Amino Habakiri no Mitsurugi.
Habakiri is able to do the entirety of the Mitsurugi play on its own.
Also North.
Habakiri was activated here. It's going to be special summoning Saji, and we'll see what it tributes. It's going to be tributing the Nibiru, keeping a level 4 on the field.
Searches the speller trap.
Saji's going to try and add a Mitsurugi Speller Trap from the deck to the hand.
Habaki really quick. They tribute any monster.
Yeah. You just tribute one monster. Usually in the combo, you tribute King
One
Pharaoh.
monster.
Yeah.
So that's chaining one to search.
Yep, we're going to be likely chaining the Detonator to remove the Saji from the field.
Ryzeal Detonator is going to blow up that Saji and send it straight to the graveyard, but the effect will resolve to still add
Anything on rest?
maybe Mitsurugi Prayer, or Ritual.
Ritual in the hand, Habakiri in the hand as well.
Style, right?
Plenty of material to summon Amino Murakuma from the deck. Force out another material from the Detonator as well. Murakuma also way more threatening when your opponent doesn't have a hand, which means its negate effect will be applied.
Well, I mean, act as a trap. So, didn't do anything yet.
Why do you think Shunping's waiting to get the Fiendsmith in Paradise online? Just until he absolutely needs to, potentially?
I think he wants to keep the body on the field, so he wants to at least wait until Murakuma has been used.
That would make a lot of sense. So X Ryzeal is going to be coming down, sending Mirological Aggregator. That Aggregator is going to try and negate the Detonator. This is going to force Shunping to use its effect on itself to bring itself back with the Eclipse Twin.
And then it's going to immediately lose to the Murakumo.
Things are looking really good here for Charlie Futch in game one.
Anything else?
Yeah. Sure. 4 Lacrima target.
All right, it looks like now is the time Shunping has decided to go ahead and use the Lacrima of the Crimson Tear to return it to the deck to special summon Fiendsmith Requiem from the graveyard.
In the new chain, Eclipse Twins will be able to trigger, targeting the Detonator as well as the Duo Drive in the graveyard.
New chain. You don't have any more triggers, right?
No, no quick effects.
Okay. Twins target Detonator drive.
Sir.
Yep, Detonator will be hitting the field with the Duo Drive under it, and then will be able to trigger on the field to attach another monster from the graveyard to it.
Summon detonator if I
So
can
it gets the dodge aggregator, still has 2 materials to
Anything
be destroying cards on the field. The Requiem can contribute itself to summon out the Lacrima so he can get the Fiendsmith and Paradise into the graveyard.
Special effect.
Well, looks like we're going to continue with the Ryziel monster, especially summoning the Sword Ryziel from the hand.
Three, three.
Not sure if he's going to activate it.
Yeah, no,
Two, no.
Yep.
He's letting him know he knows the Habakiri and the Mitsurugi ritual.
It looks like he is activating the Sword Ryziel. He's not going to be chaining the Detonator as well. Requiem will be chained instead. Going to be summoning the Lacrima from the deck. In the following chain, Lacrima will be able to activate to send that Fiendsmith in Paradise from the Shu's deck to the graveyard.
That Sword Ryziel made sure that Charlie was able to get Ice Ryziel to the hand there as well.
We have not committed our normal summon yet, I believe.
Oh, he main deck we have. Cool. We know
That Fiendsmith in Paradise, if Charlie special summons a monster, will be able to banish itself to send down a Fiendsmith Desiree, which will give him a way to deal with 1 card.
We'll see if there's an answer from Charlie here to the Fiendsmith in Paradise. I mean, there's still a Detonator on the field, but you have access to any rank 4 right now.
that.
At the very least, we know he plays Castell. If he
I-
wants to, yeah.
I was literally thinking the exact same thing as we just saw. He played Castell for the Harvey's Featherstorm in the top 4 match. That would be crazy if he went into Castell just to clear the Detonator.
I don't think he really needs to. He's going to commit to the normal summon here, summoning Ice Ryziel. I don't know if he's activating the effect.
Looks
Yeah.
like he is.
And is Detonator activating here? It looks like he's really conserving that Detonator effect. Gonna grab Star Ryziel. Star Ryziel's gonna be able to put Cross on the field.
That's a brand new secret rare out of Alliance Insight. It's like the first time Ryziel's able to access their spells and traps without having to commit to going to like something like Ryziel Duo Drive. It's a good way to get to Ryziel's Cross.
Now he does have to place it face down here. So Detonator will be able to immediately answer it at any point.
Alright, Shu's considering his options. Doesn't look like he's going to do anything quite just yet.
I think the play's on Charlie right now. He's just waiting for Charlie to make a move. At any point, Shu knows that he can activate the Mitsurugi ritual to summon the Murukuma from the deck, tributing the Habakiri from the hand. That's going to give him not only the Murukuma on the field, but will trigger the Habakiri to search yet another Mitsurugi card. But we'll be starting with Detonator on the field here. Is able to attach anything from the graveyard, likely going for the aggregator. Will this demand a response from Shu's own Detonator? Both players are really thinking heavily about this. This is a very crucial turn here. This is going to be an important sequence because if Shu decides to chain his Detonator, Charlie's allowed to chain his own Detonator.
There's just explosions going off everywhere in that case. Looks like he's going to use the Detonator effect to attach the Mirological Aggregator.
I mean, I think at this point you flip up the Ryziel Cross and the Charlie sees that he's going to flip it up. That's going to demand an answer. Detonator is going to trigger, trying to go after that Ryziel Cross since it's not face up on the field yet, officially.
And now that will proc Charlie's Ryziel Detonator.
We'll see what it goes after. Likely Shu's Detonator as well.
Target detonator.
Detonator will target Detonator. Let's see what Shu does with this activation now. He can, again, just go after Charlie's Detonator. Charlie's Detonator will be able to save itself by detaching a material.
4. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, getting rid of a level 4 monster here. Very smart. You want to cut off access to Duo Drive right now.
Think.
We know that Charlie's last two cards are the Habakiri and the Mitsurugi Ritual in hand. Oh, he has another card as well.
One mystery card in this scenario. There are still one interruption left for Shu with the Fiendsmith in Paradise in the graveyard. But other than that, we are pretty well off here.
I'll cross on risk.
Wait, what?
It hasn't resolved
The-
yet.
the-
Hasn't applied yet.
Oh, it hasn't applied yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So resolving. Yeah. So
I mean,
this
he
pop,
did say that
this
resolution
pop
is allowed,
later,
so Crossing will be destroyed, Star Ryzeal will be destroyed. I mean, this is a great time to just activate the effect of Mitsurugi Ritual, because when you're able to special summon the Murakumo, you're able to use Murakumo's effect to negate anything that he summons off of Paradise here. So he is able to run away with the game from this point on.
I definitely think that's going to be the case. It's just going to be whether Charlie sees it and capitalizes on it right now. Looks like he's doing some math.
I mean, he is going to be able to pose a lot of damage right here. I think he's 100 off.
Is he really?
Yeah, 32, 3017.
That would be 79. But all right, Mitsurugi Ritual is going to be activated.
Special coming in here.
He's going to be special summoning from deck here, I can only imagine. Oh no, he's going to summon from hand. Contributing 2 monsters, he's going to get rid of the Kusanagi, as well as
1, 2, 3.
the Aramasa. No Fiendsmith in Paradise from the graveyard here. So we're going to be able to add a monster to hand, and the Kusanagi will be adding the ritual back to hand. So we will get to the Murakumo eventually, but we'll see if we're going to attempt to use the effect of Desiree in this chain.
He is going to use the Fiendsmith in Paradise. He can banish this from his graveyard to send the Fiendsmith Desiree from the extra deck to the graveyard.
I don't know what else he's really thinking about here. I don't think that there's anything else he can activate. I think maybe Charlie's considering if he wants to use Detonator or not.
Just to try and clear out some of these monsters that are on Shunping's side. Could be.
If he's, I mean, it would only be relevant if he's unable to summon Murakumo. Murakumo will clear the field anyway.
Have no response.
Charlie has no response there. Able to go into the extract, send that Desiree, and resolve this chain. We're going to be adding a monster off Aramasa. Summoning, getting another copy of Habakiri here.
Do you have any triggers first?
Do not.
And he's going to add back the Mitsurugi Ritual
I mean,
as well.
This version of the play definitely does set up another monster and does threaten game here. The Desiree will be able to get rid of one body here. Likely just going after the Detonator at this point. Drew really considering what he has to go after. I don't know if he can afford to not go after the Detonator.
Let's use here.
I mean, this is tense. Both players trying to be as cautious as possible.
Yeah, but this is going to be their last match of the tournament. One of these players will walk away the winner. You don't want to make any mistakes once you reach the finish line. And it looks like he's going to let the Detonator go to the graveyard from the Desiree.
I want to gain that. I want to
You used
gain that.
already.
Yeah. Aggregator has already been used. Resolved the chain completely. Now we're able to finally activate the ritual again.
To
We're
summon
going-
from hand. Or from deck.
From deck this time.
He summoned from hand already. He's going to summon the Ame no Murakumo, tributing the Habakiri.
Attributing the one from the field instead of the one added to hand. Very interesting here. Adding another copy of Prayers. Oh yeah, because of course it does summon itself back from the graveyard, as all the Mitsurugi rituals do.
And now Charlie just in a commanding position, Shunping on no cards, facing down a bunch of rituals.
I mean, this is kind of why I wanted to go for Murakumo first, just directly, because you had the option to use the negate on the Fiendsmith in Paradise or just the Desiree, and then still have the detonator on the field.
32, 49, 69, 73 total.
All right, so Shunping's going to have 700 life points left after all of this. But the biggest thing I think you keep mentioning is about the Ame no Mura combo has the effect for your opponent. If your opponent activates a card or effect, you can negate that effect unless they discard a card from their hand. And being in like top deck mode here, believing in the heart of the cards, not a bad position to be in.
So
I mean, there's still a lot of Fiendsmith cards in Shunping's graveyard, so it's not down and out. But I don't know if it'll be good enough. He has the prayers to resummon the Murakumo.
I activated at the start, just search.
Looks like there's just one set here, likely going to be that prayers.
Yep, so a negate and basically a board wipe all in the same card. I don't know what Shunping's going to be able to draw. He does have a graveyard full of Fiendsmith cards, as you mentioned, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
I passed.
Oh, it passed. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't see that Charlie had passed his turn already. They were both. The players had been so tense up to this point. Like, there's not a lot of communication verbally.
He's gonna do something, maybe it's 2 or something.
Nah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, technically, we saw some cards in Charlie's extra deck. There is a rank 8 available if you wanted to continue with the Ryziel cards, but I don't think it was quite useful right now. Leaving the Murakumo on field is quite strong. The Habakiri's additional effect to reduce your opponent's monster's attack, probably not going to come up, but it is relevant here.
Could be. All right, so he has Lacrima and Agmon. He has Engraver, so the Engraver is going to put back the Desiree to special summon itself out of the graveyard.
Oh, cost putting back does.
Okay, thank you.
Right, we'll see if we want to just clear it immediately. If we clear it immediately with the effect of Murakumo that's summoned back off of its own effect or from prayers, then you can immediately just save your last negate, so to speak, of Murakumo on the last card in Shunping's hand.
I will. Yeah, Requiem's in there
Yeah, recommend
on the gate.
So it's either discard one or.
Yeah, or
So he's going to try and use the Ame no Mura combo here on the Engraver's effects when it's attempting to summon from the graveyard.
So now Shu has to choose if he wants to discard a card or allow a Fiendsmith Engraver to be negated.
He only has 700 life points left. His back is against the wall. He's going to have to make a move now, but it's not going to happen. And Charlie's going to take game number 1. And now he only has to win one more game, and he will become a brand new YCS champion.
I'm telling you, the power level of the Mitsurugi deck, being able to combine just how efficient the Ryziel cards are with how potent just Ame no Murakumo is able to clear fields, able to set up multiple threats over several turns. I just think we saw it was a strong hand for Shu here. We even had the Ash Blossom for the Fualos, but it just wasn't enough.
It just wasn't. I mean, yeah, his turn 1 board, I mean, it really is like, was it a Nibiru, right? Yeah, the Nibiru, the Primal Being, just really being a huge impact here in that first game.
I mean, there was an Imperm to make sure we stopped the sequence as well. You were still able to make a detonator even after all that, but it was just a little costly.
Yeah, I mean, living with no cards in hand, it's tough.
I mean, there's a detonator as well as the Paradise in the graveyard. Still plenty of disruption, but it's just not enough.
All right, well, now they're diving into their side decks. I mean, Charlie's going to have access to cards that are going to be helpful when going second. Stuff like Triple Tactics Talent, Triple Tactics Thrust, all of the Mole Charmies potentially. But the biggest thing I think we can take away from this, if we're looking at that top 4 match where he won in game number 3, is Charlie will get to go first in game 3, and he has that ace up his sleeve, having 3 copies of Harpy's Featherstorm in the side deck.
I mean, yeah, you said it. There's just so much going for Charlie in this game. And another thing that we haven't mentioned, every player in this tournament is absolutely prepared to play against Fiendsmith Ryziel. They've been playing against it for quite some time now.
Yeah, this is not a new deck. I mean, we saw even Tavion Crowley, it's the deck he won with in YCS Orlando a couple months ago. It's not the deck has not changed much since then. It's a consistent deck. It's strong. It can play through a lot of things, and Shunping knows it really well. As he mentioned, which is why he's stuck with that deck as opposed to adapting and changing to something new. But there's something to be said when you actually try out the new cards and they're really strong, like these new Mitsurugi cards. It can give you the edge that you need to win a YCS.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I made that call in the first day of the tournament. I said early on, I think Mitsurugi had all the cards going for it.
I was still holding out for Malice. I really thought this would be the weekend Malice will win, but they'll get their YCS win eventually, just not here in Providence, Rhode Island. But no matter who wins, we all win because these are two excellent duelists, decorated duelists who've been around for quite some time. Even like Charley, I mean, when he was a Dragon Duelist, that was ages ago. He was a Dragon Duelist in 2017, won the 2018 Dragon Duel World Championship, competed in the 2019 TCG World Championships. Charley has multiple tops under his belt since then. He hasn't been able to get his hand on that first place trophy that's literally not even feet away from him right now, but he is just one game win away, but he's going to have to go through one of the best to ever do it in Shunping. I mean, a UDS champion, a YCS champion, wanting to get that second win, wanting to get that ultra rare prize card, that trip to the NAWCQ. There's so much on the line, but the biggest thing of all is just that the historic, being a part of that name, the history, become a YCS champion.
Yep, exactly as you mentioned it. Both these players, veterans in the game, extremely consistent. You can expect to see either of them in every single top cut that we've had this season, and they're just arm's reach away from that trophy.
And this is it. It's game 2. Could be the final game of the YCS, depending on how it plays out. Oh, but it looks like Shunping might be making a couple last-minute adjustments for his deck. He's going to cut Charley's deck, and now Shunping is going to be finishing shuffling up here.
Do something? Trying to do something.
Under no circumstances. A lot of things, but cheaters not one.
All right.
Okay.
Charley is shuffling up his deck. Oh, man. I can't believe Charley Futch might become a YCS champion here. I'd be so proud. He has been around for a while now. I know he's hungry for that win. A handshake before game number 2. This could be Charley's time. But Shunping needs to mount his comeback right now if he wants to get that second YCS trophy.
All right, we'll see the first checkpoint. Is there anything before the main phase? Doesn't seem like it.
He does have Multi-Charming Falls intro, but here, this is the classic Shunping move. He starts off with Fiendsmith's Track. This is where he's at his best.
Very strong at playing around at least one of the cards in Charley's hand here in that Droll and Lockbird, getting the Lurie on the field.
Looks like Charley might be considering to use something here, but he doesn't. Linking away this fabled Lurie into Fiendsmith Requiem effect. He has the Fualos. Is there another Ash Blossom here from Shunping? Does he have it again?
It doesn't seem like it. It would be a pretty immediate response.
He's going into the tank. Deep think here. And no, there's no Ash Blossom this time.
We're going to be able to get at least one draw here. Lacrima is going to be able to hit the field for Shunping, but he's not going to want to extend too far here. We see how powerful the Mitsurugi cards are when they're able to be paired together.
Lacrima the Crimson Tears on summon will be able to send a Fiendsmith card from the deck to the graveyard. Let's see if he just goes for Fiendsmiths in Paradise. Indeed he does. He wants to summon from the extra deck and his deck as little as possible, giving Charley as few cards as he can.
Sets up an interruption here. He has access to Requiem and Lacrima, so we will have follow-up. Doesn't need to do anything else with the Fiendsmith side of things right now. We'll see how much you can do. Oh, it's just the one set.
And a pass. Oh, this could be Charley's moment.
All right, we are entering the main phase.
Let's see what Charley has to work with in terms of starters.
Is it a normal summon of Ice Rise Zeal to get us started in this game? Oh no, I don't think Charley's hand is that strong here either. It's going to be a normal summon of Sword Rise Zeal, one of the easiest tells of a weak hand. Is there going to be any response at all? A Veiler.
Oh, man.
That could prove brutal here.
You know, Shunping's banking on Charlie's hand not being good if he's going to use the effect failure right away on Sword Raziel. He's saying, I hope you don't have any way to get another level 4 monster on the field, because Duo Drive could be disastrous. He does have that Fiendsmith in Paradise to also kind of cover his bases and maybe just keep him off anything from the extra deck. Sometimes when you have those defensive options in your hand, you're not going to have as many starter cards, and Shunping is really hoping that's going to be the case here. You say go?
Is that a pass back?
Oh, man.
So my turn.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is Shunping's moment now to jump back into this game. It's back and forth here in game number 2.
Not having a hand strong enough to capitalize on forcing your opponent to skip their turn. We're going to immediately link summon the second copy of Fiendsmith Requiem. Requiem is going to activate, tributing itself to summon a Fiendsmith monster from the deck. We're going to be summoning potentially a second copy of Lacrima here if he wants to have multiple level 4 monsters.
More Light Fiend monsters as well.
Maybe he sided it out.
I mean, at the very least, he'll still have an Engraver if he did side out some of his Lacrimas. And it does look like Fiendsmith Engraver is going to be special summoned from the deck. He's going to equip the Requiem here to Engraver, it looks like.
I don't imagine he's going to be using the effect to clear the sword, not want to open up the chance for something
Just
like another
Charmer.
Yep. But also, you just want to go for Caesar here, right?
Definitely. So he's going to be able to fill up the fusion requirements to special summon Necroquip Princess by sending the Requiem and the Engraver to the graveyard. Now he's going to be able to shuffle back a Light Fiend to special summon Fiendsmith Engraver from the graveyard to the field. That gives him 2 level 6, and as you hinted at, Asala, he will be looking to go into a rank 6 and probably DDD High Wave King Caesar.
Caesar especially strong against the Mitsurugi variant, being able to stop the ritual spell.
You have how many questions?
5.
We'll see how he wants to proceed here. Is he going to go straight in to the Caesar, or is he going to try to commit to sequence? No, it looks like they're going to be overlaying those monsters into the DD High Wave King Caesar.
Battle.
Just going a simple battle phase here, attacking over for 13 points of damage.
Shunping keeps life the exact same way I do. 80. Yep. I even scratch it out too when I'm done with the game. But yeah, he's going to attack over that, and we're having some honest Yu-Gi-Oh here. But that's what's cool about the Fiendsmith card is you can play low to the ground and not have to go too crazy.
I mean, you know that your opponent's hand is weak. They had to pass as soon as Sword Raziel was dealt with, so you know they need another starter at this point. And you already have the Caesar to deal with most things.
And they main phase 2.
And into main phase 2. In phase, it's Charlie's turn again.
I don't know what the card needs to be here. I mean, I got a glimpse at what Charlie drew. That was not the card he needed. Charlie taking a look through his extra deck here, see if there's any potential outs that he can take advantage of. We are going to, oh, how did I miss that? Normal summon Ice Raziel.
So this first.
Oh, special summoning Ice Raziel. Because we don't want to play into the Caesar. I guess that was the card drawn for turn. Pretty good one.
Oh yeah, it had to have been. He would have definitely normal summoned Ice Raziel last turn over the sword.
I saw another Molcharmy and I just assumed that's what he drew for turn because he never had the opportunity to activate it. And now we're going to be normal summoning Saji. Is able to add back the Murakuma that was just sent to the grave for the effect of Ice Raziel. Well, not effect per se. But,
Kusanagi?
oh yeah, Kusanagi.
But adding back the Ame no Murakamo is excellent here. And it's also just a level 4 on the field.
But we're going to be...
DD Crow! DD Crow coming down for Shunping. I have not seen a DD Crow in I don't know how long.
You have several options to banish your opponent's light or dark monsters, but I suppose DD Crow is also one of them.
Oh, wow. It doesn't require your opponent to have any monsters on the field at least, so there is some advantages.
It also hits anything. So
Yeah, that is true, yeah. So that's going to cut him off from the Ame no Murakamo. Now he's going to overlay for Duo Drive.
But that's going to just get hit with Fiendsmith and Paradise, right?
I think so. It looks like it's Yep, Shunping is going to activate the Fiendsmith in Paradise. Since the Duo Drive was special summoned, he's going to be able to send the Fiendsmith Desiree to the graveyard, take care of the Duo Drive.
Desiree is going to put a Requiem back in the extra deck. There is still a Requiem in the graveyard for Lacrima here.
In the main phase.
Into main phase.
Nothing.
In phase.
In phase. Charlie's passing back in phase. Shunping's going to use Lacrima the Crimson Tears effect to shuffle it back into the deck to special summon out the Fiendsmith Requiem during Charlie's turn so that he'll be able to summon another copy of Fiendsmith Requiem during his own turn if he so chooses.
I mean, he only needs to...
Man, we might be going to a game 3 here, Asala.
I can only assume we're going to a game 3. There's still one hope for Charlie here. When we're going to be activating this Requiem, there's going to be a Fualos chained. Is there an Ash Blossom for it? There is an Ash Blossom for it!
He drew into the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring for the second Mulcharmy Fualos. Shunping's not going down without a fight.
At this point, Charlie should just concede. No, he said the word right before I could.
He's seen enough. He knows that he's not going to be able to come back this game, and Shunping's going to even out the match to 1 game apiece. And now we are going to the final duel of the YCS.
Look at him just grinning.
So smug.
He loves playing the villain.
He loves Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, he loves Yu-Gi-Oh! He loves giving his opponents a hard time. At least going to make sure he's going to... Charlie has to earn this win. He's not just going to give it to him. He's not going to say, oh, you drew a Mulcharmy, I can't do anything. It's about what you can do. Yes, and, okay, you hit me with the Fualos. Well, this isn't the best board ever, but it might be good enough. I'm going to have to, like, utilize this Effect Veiler. Do you save the Effect Veiler for a Duo Drive? No. In that situation, you know that you have to go after the normal summon Sword Raziel because that's like a weak start. So chances are he doesn't have any other Raziel monsters he's going to summon from his hand. Because if he had X, he would have started with X. If he had Ice, he would have normal summoned Ice. So Shunping was able to make those reads, Veiler the Sword Raziel, and it was able to get that turn back.
It's exactly the situation he needed to be able to come back from a turn like that. Charlie was really just hoping that she would commit a little bit more with the Fuala so he can have a bit of a stronger start here. I mean, Sword Raziel does allow you to play, but it's just weak to every single interruption that your opponent could have, as was demonstrated here. But now Charlie will be able to decide. We're going to start another game, and he is, as you mentioned earlier, able to go first.
Yeah, and we saw what happened when he went first in Game 3 in top 4. He overlaid for one of the most powerful rank 4s of all time.
Castel,
the Sky Blaster Musketeer. Castel, is an icon for sure. It's I
mean, we've talked about cards from different eras. 2014, Castel was one of the most powerful rank 4s available. Now, I mean, still has a useful effect. It's a good effect. I think it just being a Wind Wing Beast is strong enough in this.
Oh, yeah, especially if he's able to draw something like Harvey's Featherstorm. And there could be cards like Triple Tactics Thrust going in as well that he'll be able to get even more access to a powerful trap card like that. But we're going to have to see if that's going to be what Charlie's going to rely on here, as this will be his chance to go first again.
I mean, we're talking about those cards, but they're only a bonus, right? The Mitsurugi Raziel deck is so strong at going first independently of anything else besides its own engine. There are so many cards that can create a threatening field for several turns. Just the Raziel cards alone, we've seen how powerful Detonator can be. We've seen how powerful Raziel Cross can be. When you add Amino Murakumo to the mix, along with cards like Great Purification or even the Prayers, it's just so hard to deal with.
Yeah, you don't even need the Featherstorm. It's just kind of like a bonus, maybe like an easy button that he's looking to have there. But yeah, you said why this deck is here, why it's made the finals. It just got Mitsurugi cards just got their second wave of cards in Alliance Insight, and it has done wonders for them here. This deck has been all over the tournament scene. A lot of adding Mr. Malice as well, but Fiendsmith Raziel, Mitsurugi Raziel are going at it here in the finals. Only one of these Raziel decks will be able to make it. And this is after the Forbidden Limited list, with all these cards getting semi-limited. The consistency went down for a little bit on the Raziel cards, which we haven't seen a lot of pure Raziel as much. I mean, unless you're talking about like Carl Manigat's deck, but I wouldn't even classify that as a pure Raziel, as he had Shark cards, Arch Nemesis cards, all sorts of crazy
Are there
stuff.
Even enough cards to make a pure Raziel deck anymore? You took away 5 of them.
Yeah, it's tough. You definitely want to find the supplemental strategy, whether it be the Fiendsmith or the Mitsurugis or the Sharks, just another way to get level 4s. We've also had like Heraldic Beast that just got some new cards in Alliance Insight as well. They made top cut. But this is the 2 prime decks that people are going to be looking to beat now that it is in the finals after Alliance Insight, after the Forbidden Limited list.
I kind of wrote out Fiendsmith Raziel a little bit, mainly
Scripted. Yep. You wrote it out? The
Oh,
script
sure,
you-
sure. I took it out of the script, yeah.
Okay.
Mainly because Malice was just so much more prominent, and then obviously Mitsurugi being as powerful as it is. But, you know, you can never count out Fiendsmith cards.
Yeah, I mean, they just do so much on their own. You don't even have to access your actual engine. You can just win with the Fiendsmith cards. But this is it. It's Game 3, the final duel of YCS Providence, Rhode Island 2025.
Let's start the minigame. Is there anything before the main phase here? Doesn't look like it from Shu.
She's taking a seat back in his chair.
He doesn't look as excited as he normally is.
Maybe it's on purpose.
Is that a draw phase? I imagine that could be a draw phase. Prayers tributing the Ameno Habakiri.
So he's going to be able to add. This is going to do a lot.
This is doing everything. It looks like he's eyeing the Aramasa. Prayers, when it's able to tribute as part of its cost, it's able to resolve both effects, able to pay 800 to special summon a monster from your hand or graveyard, as well as add a monster from the deck to the hand. The Habakiri in the following chain, because it was tributed, will also be able to add any Mitsurugi card from the deck to the hand.
To kick it under.
We're going to be adding the Aramasa and then summoning the Aramasa. Aramasa on summon or when it's tributed is able to add another Mitsurugi monster from deck to hand.
Next chain.
We'll probably go Chainlink 1 Habakiri, Chainlink 2 Aramasa.
This search of monsters for getting card.
Yes.
So he's going to get a couple of Mitsurugi cards here.
We're going to potentially start the main phase with a Mitsurugi ritual to try to summon the Murakumo.
Shunping did pick his hand back up. Maybe he does have some points of interaction here. Not going to be a Mulcharmy Fualos, though.
Thank you.
I mean, there was no... Technically, he has not summoned from deck yet.
True, true.
Perulia would have been very strong in these positions.
I will add.
Going to be adding another Habakiri.
Indeed, he does.
And then there is the Mitsurugi ritual.
Red.
Habakiri, just an insane card
I might-
for the Mitsurugi deck.
Main phase 1.
Looks like we're in the main phase now. Gonna be
Man.
activating that Mitsurugi ritual. Is there any response for shooting? Doesn't look like it. It's going to resolve. We're gonna be ritual summoning the Habakiri from the hand, tributing monsters from the deck. We'll see what he tributes. Likely a copy of Saji as well as Kusanagi. Yep, there is this Kusanagi. And there's the Saji. So both these effects will now trigger in the graveyard. Saji will be able to add any Mitsurugi spell or trap, and then Kusanagi can add back any Mitsurugi card from the graveyard or banished.
Yeah, Mitsurugi Ritual, you can use each effect once per turn, so you can summon from your hand and from your deck. Saji's going to add probably Ame no Murakamo, if he doesn't have it already.
You can kind of see peeking into Shunping's hand here. There is a copy of Droll and Lockbird, but because so many effects were activated in the draw phase, you were not able to activate that Droll and Lockbird.
Smart stuff for Charlie by making sure to be able to add all these cards before he had that opportunity to use Droll, but now the Droll and Lockbird will come down. But is it too late? Is it going to be enough at this stage in the game?
I mean, that's okay. Yeah, it's okay, you know? At least it cuts off Duo Drive for sure.
Yeah, but you're not going to. You might be keeping him on just the Mitsurugi cards and not having to worry about as many Raziel issues.
The Mitsurugi cards are pretty good. But now he can activate the ritual spell to go ahead and summon from deck. Oh, actually, that's a card we haven't seen in quite some time. Your Triple Tactics talents.
He's going to take a peek. It's limited to one now, but Charlie has an opening hand, and we
That
see-
is you saw the crowd go, yeah, to, oh.
Yeah, it won't be that
Won't
one.
be that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to draw the Fiendsmith in Paradise. That's something you want to send from your deck to the graveyard, so that's going to be staying in Shunping's hand. The Bonfire is going to be able to replace.
I mean, it probably has to be the X Ryziel, right?
Yep.
You don't want to let him lead with X here.
X?
At least
Yeah.
force out the Bonfire, especially when Murakumo's going to be on the field here.
Oh man, but still, he basically just has two cards in hand now, just Bonfire and Sword Raziel.
It's Bonfire, Sword Ryziel, and the card that you're going to discard from Murakumo.
Indeed it is. Charlie has all the information he needs. Now he's going to use the Mitsurugi Ritual to summon from deck by tributing the Ame no Habakiri. Mitsurugi to summon
I know
Amino
I'm
Murakamo.
discarding next turn.
No Mitsurugi.
Yeah.
Yep, and just as you called it, Asala, Shunping already knows what card he's going to discard for that effect of Murakamo.
Will Habakiri be summoning back to the field? It looks like he's opting out, and we're setting 3 to the spell and trap. No Ryzeal cards.
Just no prayer out of the 3, and that's it.
Yep, he does know Mitsurugi Prayers. That's going to be able to threaten an entire field wipe with the effect of Murakumo. Going to be able to destroy all monsters on the field.
Harpy's Feather Duster off the top. Nope, it's going to be Bonfire. He's going to start with Bonfire.
So, this is. Do you have the trap? Do you have Mitsurugi Great Purification to be able to cut this off as well? Because you know that is going to be your way into X Ryzeal. If he doesn't use it here, he's going to have to activate. He's going to have to normal summon Sword with the information that he has.
Charley thinking long and hard about this. It's a very important, crucial moment. Could be the most important moment of his dueling career, and he does have
There's a Great Purification.
That's negated, right? That you trigger one.
I mean, does he have DD Crow for the Murakumo here? It looks like it's able to just come back.
So now we just know he has Sword Ryzeal, Fiendsmith in Paradise, plus 1 draw.
We're going to
What
be
is it
adding
gonna
another
be?
copy of Prayers here. Okay, how powerful was this draw, Shunping? We've seen your Heart of the Cards so far in this tournament.
Murakamo's effect to make them discard one is on resolution or it's on the activation?
Yeah, to answer Charlie's question, the card would be discarded at resolution when the player opts
Okay,
to
that's on
decide if the
resolution.
card is going to be negated.
I mean, this really comes down to what did Shunping draw for turn?
Look, it's a normal summon sword activating effect. Will we be chaining the Murakumo, or will we be activating an infinite permanence to just potentially end the turn immediately?
Could be the last card that's activated of the tournament if it's an infinite permanence, if Shunping didn't draw anything useful.
I mean, there is still one unknown here from both players. It is infinite impermanence!
The Sword Ryzeal is cut off. Now,
Battle.
going to battle phase, Sword Ryzeal is going to attack over the Mitsurugi monster.
69.
That cuts off some of the value that you can get off Prayers here.
300.
Main phase 2.
So, yeah, I need to let you
Yeah, but he has not been able to go into the deck yet.
Ending main phase 2.
It looks like the turn is going back to Charlie. He's going to activate that Prayers because there's no reason not to. He's going to not do it in the main phase, though.
No, yep, in phase, he's thinking if he wants to do it or not.
He already has another Prayers in hand. He might as well get his value here.
Yeah, just go ahead and use it and add something from your deck to your hand. You don't even have to use the extra effect.
You can add something from deck to your hand. You can clear your field a little bit here, or to play around a Bestial, but you have to respect Crow now that you've seen it. This is the question. Is he going to respect Crow?
Yeah, this is my grip.
Oh, okay, he put the...
I think he's about to. They're both
Yeah.
the same card. I think
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
just-
yeah. Yeah.
They're the same card.
Yeah, look, we're going to Prayers Tribute the Murakumo here. It's
Okay.
going to be able to summon a monster from hand or grave, as well as add. In this position, okay, we can add another copy of Habakiri. For maximum value, we're going to be able to summon Saji from the graveyard. Saji is going to be able to add back, or not Saji, we'll go for Kusanagi from the graveyard to add back anything, even another copy of that Prayers, and then Murakumo will come back as well. But if we want to respect DD Crow here, we could just summon back the Murakumo off the Prayers. You already have another copy of Prayers in your hand. Don't need to do it now.
Charley could be moments away from becoming a YCS champion.
I mean, this is where you can't slip up. Don't give Shunping a chance. It looks like he's going for the maximum value, going for Kusanagi. And then
That's going to add back from the graveyard on summon.
maybe going for the Aramasa here. And then Murakumo's not going to come back. Oh, because he already used it to come back. He already used it to come back.
But he's going to special summon X Ryzeal.
Straight from the top.
He did not hesitate with this play. He knows he's moments away. The Pace of play is picked up here for Charlie. Sends Duo Drive to the graveyard. X
There's
is
only
gonna
one
add
unknown
sword.
here. It's Troll and Lockbird.
Okay, that might be something.
I mean, you can chain the prayers now if you'd like.
I think he's going to. Shunping just trying to buy himself some time to figure out how to get back into this game. Shunping looking to the sky for answers, but I don't know if the meteor's going to come down.
I can't tell if Charlie's still considering in the chain here or not. Looks like, yep, Droll and Lockbird has resolved. We're going to be special summoning Sword Ryzeal for no effect.
I mean, yeah, Shunping just with one card in hand, and it's the Fiendsmith in Paradise. You could just go into Detonator.
I mean, yeah, Detonator in this such a simplified position is going to be, I think, most of what he needs. I mean, yeah, those monsters are not going to stay there that much longer.
Let me do math.
Oh, Charlie may potentially trying to find a way to win this game this turn.
Got to run some numbers.
Doesn't want to miss an opportunity here. He knows everything that Shu has. All right, it sounds like he adds the math here. We're going to be overlaying the X Ryzeal and the Sword Ryzeal.
It's going to be Eclipse Twins, maybe?
It's going to be Dugaris.
All right.
Strong way to make your monsters bigger, or we're just going to be using its effect to revive.
He's going to detach the two materials from number 61, I believe. Number 60, Dugaris, the Timeless. He's going to use the effect to summon out his Ame no Murakamo in defense mode.
Murakuma is going to be able to hit the field. It's able to trigger its effect to destroy all monsters the opponent
This was
controls.
summoned properly, right?
It was, in fact, summoned properly.
Not this guy. Not this guy.
I believe the Habakiri was also summoned properly as well. One of those were.
Summon.
I think he might have added back the one.
No, he added one from deck.
Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
that's right, that's right. All right, doesn't want to fumble here at the finish line. Can't activate prayers under Droll and Lockbird.
He can use the revive effect, but he can't
Add anything beyond.
normal summoning the Aramasa just to normal summon it.
Can't go into Detonator anymore. The Ryzeal monsters are gone.
Just can't attack direct, correct? Yeah, one in hand, right?
Charlie, do not want to fumble here at the finish line. We need to keep up the pace of play. Judges are being pretty nice about it.
I mean, they have 14 minutes left on the clock. This game is definitely going to be over. He's just making a duo drive for the stats here. Let's see if he's using the effect to attach.
Charlie's going to have to skip his next main phase, right?
Yes.
If there is another main phase.
I think the way he's playing, he's not hoping for another main phase. You can still activate Freyr's Effect to Tribute even if you aren't going to resolve the effect to search, I'm pretty sure. So that will be able to summon Murakumo and the Habakiri.
1200.
Wait. Let's see. This is 28 to me 12.
1200.
So 16.
1600 with the duo drive attacking over the Sword
What is that?
Ryzeal.
That's
I
right.
was a
this-
full. I was a full.
Okay.
So 64 now.
Okay. Needs to do 6,400 more. How much attack?
15.
Okay, 1,500 from the Dugaris here.
49.
49. And now we're going to be activating prayers?
No, he's just going
Oh,
to
he
set
said
it
it,
just
okay.
so he has the board wipe. He has the negate, or at least force him to discard.
Interesting that he
But
did it
Shu's
this
sitting
way.
on nothing. Shu has nothing.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shu has nothing. He's going to need a top deck, and it's going to have to be a really good one. Charlie doesn't have a main phase next turn, but he's not going to need it if Shu isn't able to draw something to get out of the situation.
I mean,
It's not my main phase.
All right, he's going to main phase. He didn't go to concede phase. He's going to
Lacrima.
normal summon Lacrima the Crimson Tears.
you don't really want to activate Murakuma here to let him discard the Fiendsmith in Paradise.
Lacrima's not a bad draw.
I mean, do you not just get rid of it immediately?
I mean, we're going to
That's
see if that's what Charlie decides to do with the...
Okay, no, he's going to use its effect here. He was able to send the Engraver. Requiem is immediately summoned. Going to be able to link it away.
And activate the effect right away.
I mean, now at this point, Charley just has to be patient. Just get maximum value off the effect of Murakumo. At this point, he's likely just, because the Fiendsmith cards have now hit the graveyard, you're never going to activate Murakumo's effect to negate. Engraver will hit the field off the effect of Requiem. Requiem will be able to equip to the Engraver.
All right, looks like he's going to try and take care of the duo drive.
You might just let that go.
I think you do, yeah.
Yep. Duo Drive is going to be sent to the graveyard off the effect of Engraver. And now will we be seeing an Engraver come down or come back from the graveyard?
Does Shunping play Typhon? Wait, did he only summon? No, he summoned twice from the extra deck. He has Duo Drive and Dagaris, yeah.
Typhon would definitely be something. It buys you the 2 turns you need.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I don't think Shunping has Typhon in the extra deck here.
Not a lot of space in that extra deck anymore. Yep, okay. Engraver is going to be putting back the Requiem Special himself back on the field. This is where I believe you activate the prayers.
I 100% wanted to do it right here, and it looks like he is going to move to do so.
Oh, Great Purification could also use its effect. Always forget about that effect in the graveyard. Purification is going to be able to banish stuff from the grave to revive.
This one was something hard. Yeah. One was hardly something.
And then he's going to have to tribute a monster on the field. He's going to tribute that Murakumo. Murakumo's effect is going to activate.
And it's going to destroy both of the Engravers. Shunping just has Fiendsmith in Paradise in his hand. He's used all his graveyard effects, and that's
it. Charley is your YCS Providence champion.
Charley Fudge III grabs his trophy, doesn't wait for it to be presented to him. He is the YCS Providence champion. You're right. A Dragon Duel World Champion, a World Championship contender, and now he can join the class of YCS Champion as well.
And look at that sportsmanship
there with Shunping. They will forever now be connected due to this finals match. It was an epic one, but Charley dominated that game 3 from start to finish, down to the triple tactics talent to look at Shunping's hand, and Charley Fudge is a YCS champion, and you'll never be able to take that away from him.
Mitsurugi, fresh with the support from Alliance Insight, has been a dominant strategy all weekend.
Yeah, this just means so much. It looks like, I think he may be calling his mom. I know, I'm not saying that in a weird way. Like, his mom is a huge supporter of him. You know, I got to meet them at the World Championship in 2017 when him and Ryan Yu were fresh onto the scene. Dragon Duel, just being there at the World Championship. Amazing people, amazing family. And, you know, Shunping, he's already a YCS champion, a UDS champion. He
said it wasn't special to him.
He wanted to get a second win for sure, but I know there's a part of him that is very happy for Charley here. Oh, wow. I can't believe it. I'm so happy for Charley. So cool to see, you know. The Dragon Duel program has produced some of the best duelists throughout the years, and Charley is just another one that has become a YCS champion. With his, you know, support group out there in the crowd, his playtesting partners, you know, Kamal, Ruben, they both also made top cut, so you knew they were on to something. It wasn't just a couple of players that made it. They playtested, they practiced, they put the hours, the time in, and then they got to have the results. And it's just, you know, Charley's topped so many events over this past like couple of years, and he's lost in the first round of Top Cut, the top 16, top 8, I think. But just never be able to finish it all the way. So I know this means so much to him.
I mean, yeah, this is where consistency is key. He just kept playing. He's constantly doing well. He knew the day would come, and it's here today.
All right. Just an incredible way to finish an incredible tournament. YCS Providence 2025 did not disappoint. Alliance Insight just was released this weekend at the premiere event last weekend. All the players got their hands on these powerful new cards, and we saw them all over all sorts of decks this weekend, including this final winning deck. Mitsurugi Raziel coming out on top. Everyone thought it was going to be, you know, that Attic Nister Malice deck, but you cannot count out a good player with an excellent deck in their hands.
I mean, it was possible that Malice would take the event if Mitsurugi cards didn't exist for us, but they do, and they are just so powerful. Habakiri is a custom card, as we got to see. It did everything for the deck. You didn't even need the Raziel cards for half of those plays. But yeah, I mean, Charley, with the support of his friends, just doing the work and finally able to get that win is everything that you love to see in this game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's just incredible. Like, I know how much this means to Charley. He really cares about like this game. He loves playing, and it means the world to him to win. I've seen like, yeah, when you lose, it can feel really bad. You can get down on yourself and be like, oh man, I just don't know if I can do it. But you just got to stick with it, keep on going. And now Charley Fudge III can call himself a YCS champion.
I'd love to see it. This is everything that we play the game for. These players that put their heart into it and they just keep trying. They have the mentality to keep going every time they lose, and you get to see these players finally get their championship.
Yep, definitely. And I think we're moments away from the interview. We'll toss that as soon as we're ready for that, but just, yeah, I mean, I'm out at words. I'm glad that we didn't end on a Harvey's Featherstorm. As much as I like Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer, I didn't want there to be a Featherstorm ending. That's just not that fun. But, you know, at least, you know, Shu had a chance to play. I mean, he had the Droll and Lockbird. The reason why a lot of people included that deck or that card in their deck this weekend was because of how popular the Mitsurugi Raziel strategy is. But this just shows there are ways to play around it with the quick play Mitsurugi Prayers, being able to activate in the draw phase, which is basically the only phase Droll and Lockbird can't be activated. Just, yeah, wonderful stuff there.
We got to demonstrate a lot of what makes the Mitsurugi deck special here. It is weak to Droll and Lockbird, but it has the tricks in the draw phase. We saw a lot of that in that game. And as you mentioned, we don't need those gimmicks to be able to win. The strategy is able to do it alone. Even without the Raziel cards, Mitsurugi Pure did do well in the tournament, but it's just a matter of seeing those engines, and if you're able to play the game, I think it's always enough.
That's right. It's been a wonderful tournament. You know, on behalf of myself, Billy Break, and us all, Watsu Thundergate, we've had a pleasure doing these feature matches with you. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we have. We are going to be signing off. I'm going to toss it to Kangas one last time. So he's going to have our trophy presentation, and we're going to be able to see our YCS winner, Charley Fudge III. Take it away, Kangas.
Thank you very much. I am live here with Charley Fudge III, your new YCS champion. Congratulations, Charley. I know you've been working on this one for a long time, so I got to start by asking, how does it feel to be a YCS champ?
It's about time. I have won, but I'm still behind all of my friends, so we got more work to do.
You did mention that you were trying to catch up to them, and you gave a lot of shout-outs to everybody that was cheering you on in the audience. What message do you have for them now that you own one of these?
I couldn't do any of this without y'all. I love y'all.
Now, I love to ask champions, because you are a champion. It takes a lot of work to get to this point. You know more than most. What have you learned about yourself through this process after winning your first Worlds as a Dragon Duelist all the way to now, all the work you put in? What you learned about yourself?
That I could have played better, but I mean, it's fine. It's fine. What else did I learn? I just learned if you put the time and the work in, anybody can win. You just gotta want it bad enough.
That's all it takes sometimes. A lot of work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Now, you hopped off as soon as you won. You pulled up your phone and gave a call to somebody. Who'd you give a call to?
My mom.
Shout out, Mom. Now, I hear that she gave a message that she wanted everybody to know. Do you have that message?
I think she said, thank God. That's it.
And I believe congratulations. Well done. Well done, Charley. You're YCS Providence champion. There's a lot of people that want to go celebrate with you. So I'm going to let you get off the stage and go celebrate with all the homies over there. You dedicated it to them all. Thank you very much. Charley can head off now. Everybody give a round of applause for Charley.